Again, YouTube, this is Wolverine, and I'm trying to remember where I left off in the last video. Apparently my card got full, but okay, well, I think it was with this item, and I'll just do the whole thing over, I guess. So, it's a little kunai. Got a little ring. The cord wrapping, since it's a lower quality, very poor, it's going to be falling off. I'll probably tie it back up with something better. It's pretty durable. And it's got a little bit of weight to it, so it's not gonna fly out of your hand and God knows where, you know. But so I mean, kind of like it. Pretty much everything I show you is gonna be about $10 or so not gonna break your wallet. Okay, these I love for little throwing knives. They have some serious weight, and this sheath, oh my god. Like, it's made out of like a real hard plastic, so it's real durable. It's supposed to be weird on like, kind of like your side. So where, I'm trying to think what the hell those muzzles are called. Yeah, so I don't freaking know, but it goes right on your side, and I don't know. I'm a bigger guy, so I'm probably gonna have to put new straps on and stuff, so it'll fit, but they have some serious weight for how small they are. Like, if you look at this, and compare it to, like, one of the kunai I showed you, this thing weighs maybe 2, almost 3 times as much as this. And, to be honest, this is bigger, in a sense, at least for the blade. I don't know. That just amazes me. So I think that's why I like it, because it's like, it'd be like half the weight of something bigger that you would throw, and I'm a big fan of the bigger throwers, even though I'm pretty bad at them. And they stick pretty well, and I think they're called the lightning thrower set or something. I don't freaking know. Something like that. I got on my Budk, but I got 2 of them for both sides of my body, so I really like them. You know, I'll get into that stuff later, just because those are the heavier objects. Okay, so I got in our ninja store. These are called the Black Ronin. I love these for throwing stars. Whoa, damn, they're freaking sharp. Actually, I nicked myself a little bit, but 4 blades, and it's got that kind of badass shape to it. These stick amazing. I'm not gonna lie. And I got 4 of these. They come in their own individual pouch, and it's actually probably one of the best nylon pouches or sheaths that I own, so I really like it for that fact. Actually, leather is pretty good too, but for nylon, it actually has like some kind of support in the back, so it's sturdy. But highly recommend this. They run about $8 a piece. Not too bad, but I mean, depends on how much money you got and how much you're willing to spend. Save that for a little bit later. Save those. I guess this will be the next item. This is a very low quality thrower, but it's heavier. I don't know. Man, they stick well. Very long blade. Got a decent weight, not that much. Trying to get the balance point. Hold on. Huh. It's hard to find the balance somewhere. It's about right there, I guess. So, man, it's about half the blade. But, pretty good. The only thing I don't like about it, has a real rough feel. But, man, for a low quality thing, I guess it's not too bad. Could be worse, I guess. Okay. Do that over there. These, they're harpoons. And I believe what you're supposed to do, so this stuff's sticking out, it's supposed to tie to a pole. So you have like a little spearhead. And actually, I guess compared to other knives, I review, I guess I'll pull out all three because there's three different shapes. One has like a little hole in it, and this one's basically the same blade, only no hole, and this one's a skinnier one. But I was actually just hand tossing them. They actually throw kind of weird because, as you can see, a long handle, short blade, and that blade's not even like in the middle we am in. So they throw kind of weird, but I like how they throw, even though it's awkward. Just a matter of getting used to it. Okay, these I could have did with the fantasy weapons because they are the expandables kunai from the movie. I kept the little plastic thing since it's a nylon sheath, even though it's a very well made one. I didn't want to ruin the sheath with the blade since the blade's actually really sharp. So I just left the little plastic inserts in there. I really like the ring. It's a pretty big ring. Kind of reminds me of Naruto. I'm an anime freak, I'm not gonna lie. It has a cool cord wrap, like compared to all the other wraps I have. It's like a cord. So it has like that real grippy feel. Like I'm sure that even though this is a higher end blade since it's a movie type replica, I'm sure it's not that well made, but it has some pretty good weight. And I don't know, I really like it, I'm not gonna lie. It has like that black baked finish. I like it. And I got all this stuff on Budk. The only thing I will be getting from a different website, since I paid for a buyer's membership thing, is anything that isn't at that store that I want. Is what I'll be getting from a different store because there's no point when I can save money. I paid for it, you know, might as well use it. Okay, these are little throwing hatchets. Actually, here, I'll get into that later, but she's actually pretty nice. It has 2 snaps, actually 3 snaps. And then it comes out like, try not to cut myself. I don't know why I just don't set the camera down. Yeah, there we go. So it's a thin blade. It's just a metal handle, all one piece of steel. It has some very, I like it. It's like a sexy weight. You know when you like just grab something like a blade and it just feels really good in your hand? That's like this weapon. I like it. Basically, I'm not sure what that notch right there is for. I don't know if it's just supposed to give it that like a unique design or if it's actually for something. But it has blades on both sides, so even if it lands like that, it will stick, or like that. So I mean, it's kind of an easier thrower to throw compared to other. But man, I'm not that used to throwing, but I would like to say if you're gonna start throwing, I would start with a hatchet. I'm not gonna lie. It seems so much easier because it has like that weight and how it flies. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. You'll have to do it yourself. It works great. This sheath I love. It's kind of like my kukri sheath, real sturdy. These blades, actually, when I first got it, I didn't know it was going to come like this. I thought it was going to come more separate than like a pack. Because what I was going to do is, because eventually, like I'm not going to say I'm going to be a ninja. I'm way too big for that, but I would like to once in a while be able to dress up and just feel like a badass, you know. But the blade shape's really unique. Just looks really cool. This is made by Boker, I think. Magnum Boker. This is their throwers. These were actually higher end than most of my products, $40. But sadly, I don't know if it's just a matter of getting used to how they throw, but they throw really weird. Every single time I throw them, they ended up hitting the handle side. And I know if you just move back a little bit and move forward, you can adjust the rotation because how you're supposed to throw it. Like with some items, you do a no spin technique, which I suck at. Like, I'm not an expert thrower or anything, but I research a little bit, you know. But you can't throw it like that, obviously. Even, I mean, it's a pretty heavy knife, so it'd be very difficult to do a no spin technique, which I don't think you can. But with the spin technique, it's like real heavy on one side. The balance is kind of poor, in my opinion, for a higher end knife. I don't know, but I do like them, like for holding in your hand rather than throwing. I think that they'd be very good, very sturdy, very sharp. So for that aspect, I like them. Okay, since the other items in here didn't come with the case, I just put them all in this case, which I kind of want to get a case for the other ones too, but this is working for now. I'll probably sew something into here to make it sturdy. Set my leg down now. Okay, Condor. I really like their products too. Last time I used this, I guess I didn't clean it off as well as I needed to. Since it's steel, it needs to be cleaned. After this video, I'll clean them up a little bit. But so this was made by Condor. It's called El Salvador. It has like little cuts to, I think what it's supposed to do is lighten the end up a little bit. This thing sticks really good in soft targets because it just, when it hits, it just digs. But from what I've seen, I tried throwing at wood, it doesn't want to stick because, like, it comes to a fat point. Like, the edges are actually, they come to a good edge, but it's not sharp, but it's a good edge. The tip is sharp, but just because, here, let me see. That's a pretty thick blade, and for its weight, it's just not going to stick in wood. Like, flash, anything like that, it'll just dig right in. I'm not going to lie. But as for anything else, no. This, oh my god, this is one of my favorite things. I don't know if you remember that double sword thing in one sheath. How I'd wear that, it's supposed to be like on my back, but like not like high up on my back, like, well, how I would wear it anyways, is kind of like around my waist, like a belt almost. This was another idea of mine. Put that in the same slot, like right there. Pull that out. Like, look how long this sucker is. It's like a foot. It's actually, I love this blade. It's like one of my favorites. It throws so good. And this is El Salvador too. I think it's like the same line. So highly recommend these two. And this thing scares the shit out of me when I'm throwing it. I'm not gonna lie, because it just seems so dangerous. Okay, this is Paul Eller design, and his stuff is actually, I think his stuff's actually really expensive, more than other stuff. But there's a reason it's good quality and stuff like that. But since it was the only one of this design, it's actually a fantasy design, but I threw it and it held, so I'm assuming it's not like for play. Well, yeah, not for play, like just to be there. But so this thing, that's a blade. No real blades on the inside, but I mean all those little points are sharp. But edge, 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 and even on the handle, it's an edge. And each one of these are even sharp, or pointy. I'll say pointy, because sharp is cutting, pointy is more piercing. But so yeah, imagine throwing this. Say that goes up in your wrist, yeah. It's scary to throw, but it's awesome at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. But okay, I'll go back to this. I won't unsheath this other one, but what I was thinking of doing, see these metal slots, is, yeah, since I just got done talking about that scary one, this one would be scary to throw too. But even if you don't throw it, see how the metal slots line up? Put pins in there or something. So that would be cool. I mean, you could face the blades the same way too. but you'd have to do it in the crisscrosses, which actually might work better, to be honest, but I just think it'd be kind of cool. So that's the end of this overview.